Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Christina and this is Creations by Christy. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to part 11 of our Mystery Make series. So last week we did a little crochet project and yeah, maybe we'll get lucky again. Let's see what we are doing this week. Wow, a cute little top. It looks super simple to make. So tops like this that are made to measure are really awesome because they are made to measure. You are going to make it to your size. So they're 100% size inclusive. If you have the fabric, you can make the shirt. Another thing, I was looking into the comments and the creator talks about in the comments of the pin how you can turn it into a dress if you just want to add a bottom to the shirt and things like that too. So it's totally customizable. She says in the comments that she uses just a non-stretchy cotton fabric. As you can see, we have plenty of that to choose from. But once again, this is one of those great patterns that is 100% customizable. So whatever fabric, whatever anything you choose to use, you're going to be able to make it to you, which is great. It is a spicy little shirt, so we're going to be wearing it over a tank top for this video just to save everybody the mom bod. But I did go through her video a little bit just in case you didn't catch it. So the whole thing, it's basically just a big rectangle and then a strip of fabric to use for the tie. So it is your bust measurement minus 3 inches, your band measurement, which we're going to go armpit to however long you want the top, and then you're just cutting a rectangle for those measurements. And then the strip, she's saying cut a 1.5 inch strip. You're going to fold that in half and turn it inside out for the strap. So very simple. Like, this is almost as beginner friendly as a pattern as you can get because it's just going from numbers. You're not laying out pattern pieces to make it. So let's get some measurements and we will go from there and get this made. Okay, so it goes from for your bust size. So a bust measurement is across the largest part of your bust. If you don't know your true bust size, of course, we are going to use a measuring tape and measure that. You can measure your bust by yourself, and you're just going to come up lightly, go across the largest part of your bust. And I'm going to mark that down. We're going to minus 3 inches. So another thing I'd love to share, a lot of people, especially women, do not understand how to truly measure a bra. And while we are measuring, taping it out and getting this done, another thing, if you are measuring your bust, you would measure it braless. I eventually would like to be monetized, so we won't be doing that. But another thing, if you do not know, a true bra measurement is one of the simplest things to do. It is also one of the most shocking things that a lot of women don't realize. A lot of women wear ill-fitted bras. A lot of people, we won't even just say women, a lot of people in general wear ill-fitted bras. And if you get your true bra size, if you measure it yourself, or if you're lucky enough to go someplace where they still measure, then it's a whole different world once you have a true fitted bra. I'm telling you, lift, comfort, everything can completely change with that. Now, how do you get your bra size, right? So you're gonna measure band size, which is right under your bust. You're gonna measure your band size. So my band size is 44. And then you measure your bust, right? So back over across the fullest part of your bust. And that for me is 46.5. Every inch of your band size is a number, or is a number. Yes, it is a number, is a letter. So I have 2 letters, basically I have 2 inches. So I am a 44B, almost C. A B would be comfortable, as you know, a BC would be it. But I am very comfortably a 44B. So if you've ever wondered why your bras are not fitting right, I'm telling you, take a dollar measuring tape and take those 2 seconds. If you do not have the ability to get around somebody who can actually do a true fitting, and you will be surprised, especially larger busted people. You are going to totally be surprised, because I will guarantee a lot of you are just putting yourselves into what you can find in a conventional store. And I get it. My daughter is a large breasted girl. I totally get it. Shopping through the years has been fun. But that is something that if you are lucky enough to get a true measurement, I am telling you, it's going to help you a lot, comfort and everything. So with that being said, there's my bra talk of the day. But let's go ahead. I don't have all of my measurements. I need to get that side measurement. So I'm going to make the top about how she made it. So I want to be able to cover my chest, of course, but we're going to go armpit down. I would say probably there. I'm good with 9 inches. We're going to lose, she uses a 1/4 inch seam allowance. So by the time we do folds to fix our raw edge, because in the video she uses a serger. I have a serger, but most people don't. Most people, if you are a sewing person, you have just a sewing machine, or you are going to sew this by hand. So let's be realistic. Most people don't have a serger. So we are going to do a turn down edge or a rolled hem, just to help keep that raw edge clean. So we will end up losing a 1/2 inch on each side, which will take me down to an 8 inch measurement. I'm comfortable with that. So my overall is going to be 9 inches though. I'm just writing it down real quick. All right. So my rectangle is going to be 43.5 by 9 inches wide. So let's go ahead. Let's get some fabric picked out. Something fun, I'm thinking. And let's get this cut. So 43.5 inches, we are looking a little more than a yard. So I am a bigger girl. That doesn't surprise me that it is that big at all. So once again, like I said, that is also something that's so amazing about projects like this, because you're going to fit it to you. Because it's a little more than a yard, I think most of these are like 1 yard things. So I'm going to stay away from this bin. Let's look into some of our others. That looks like a lot of like textile fabrics and fleeces and things like that. I think we're going to go this bin, and this bin is going to be a lot of our just standard cottons. I mean, we are lucky enough to only need a little more than a yard, and man, that's really cute. You know what? I'm going to measure this. If there's a yard here, I think this is the fabric we are going to use. It's just tiny little flowers. It is so cute. It is probably really thin because it looks like an older fabric. Oh, maybe not. Okay, so let me measure this. Let me see if I have at least that 43.5 inches, and we'll get to measuring it out. All right, so welcome to the floor of the craft room. If you see a random dog, things like that, they're around. They like to make themselves known. So my fabric ended up being almost perfect. So I'm just going to have to trim off a little bit at the end. So I'm going to go ahead and get this cut. It is folded in half to just help with cutting. I'm just going to mark it with my big quilt ruler because it just makes it easier. So first marks I'm going to make is I'm going to go up that 9 inches. Let me make it so I can actually do that. I'm going to go up 9. And just mark. Once again, I'm just using a Sharpie. As we've learned, sometimes it's just easier. And it's easier if you actually mark, though. Okay, I marked up my 9 inches. Now I'm going to go ahead and just mark it at, I'm going to go ahead and mark it at 22 because that would put us at 44 inches. And then I just have to cut off because technically it should be like 21 3/4. My ruler has seen better days, so marking it at 22, and look, it's perfect. I don't even have to cut anything off. That just means that once I get this open on one end, I'll just need to cut off that 1/2 inch if I want to. So let me, thank you, dude. Let me go ahead and get this cut. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut that 1.5 inch strip that's used for the strap. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut it at this 44 inches. We will more likely trim it down from there, but I'd rather have it too long than too short. So once again, just go ahead and mark it. It's not going to be perfect, and it is okay, guys. I closed my pen. There we go. And just run a line and mark up my cutting mat. And we'll go ahead and we will get that cut as well. Okay, so the initial parts of the pattern have you folding your strap right sides together and going ahead and running a seam down there, and also taking your larger rectangle and going ahead and putting a zigzagged hem across all 4 corners of it, because then eventually we're going to go back and do a full hem. If you can see, let me just fold it real quick. Since we are not using a serger, what we will do is we'll do the initial fold over and just run a zigzag to tack it in place. And then we will come back through and do another 1/4 inch and run a straight stitch across, and it will give it that nice clean inner edge to it. So let's go ahead, let's get that done. So I got all the seams done. I got the tie done as well. I just have to flip it the right way and then finish off the edges. I'm not going to finish off the ends, these. I'm not going to finish these until I know for sure we're keeping this full length. More than likely we will. I mean, if just by looking at it, more than likely we will. I'm actually hoping it won't be too short. There you go. Hopefully we have a little give. And if not, I will cut another piece and I will make it longer. It's not that big of a deal. If you saw, I did not go through and like measure my seams and things like that. I just eyeballed it. This is a project where you could eyeball it. If you are not comfortable eyeballing it, please take the time to go through and measure your seams so that they are exactly what you want. I think it's going to turn out just fine. I have been sewing for a very long time though, and I am comfortable and confident in that. With that being said, since I have that done, the next step is to actually go ahead and take the two long sides of the top and fold them once more and do that finishing seam. So I'm going to do that, and then on these short edges we go ahead and we fold over about a ½ inch. That is what's going to hold our string for the top. So I will do that, and we will be making just a channel to hold that. So let's go ahead and get that done. This is now going to be all done in straight stitch as well. So simple as can be, right? Let's go ahead and get that done. Okay, so we have this whole top part done. Let me go ahead and get my threads snipped off. I thought I had got them off, but I missed this one end. All right, so all we have left to do now is I need to turn the strap the right way. It's got all the threads that I've been cutting off on it. I just need to go ahead and turn this the right way and feed it through our channels, and then we have a made shirt. It always astounds me how quick and easy some of these projects are, because I mean, even taking all of my measurements and everything like that, this has been less than an hour. So you could literally have a really cute top in less than an hour. So let me get this turned around and we will see what the final product ends up looking like. All right, you guys, here it is. It turned out super cute. Of course, it's gonna look completely different if you wear it by itself and tighten this up a little bit. It's really cute. I can't lie. And it fits perfectly. I will say I would make this a little bit longer next time. It's just there with the bow. I would prefer a little bit longer straps because then that gives you a little bit more ability to cinch and move and different options with the top. So it is done. It took me longer to turn the stupid strap around. I hate turning tubes. It took me longer to do that than the whole daggone top. But I'm like I said, it's super cute. And you could totally make this a keyhole dress if you wanted to, just adding fabric from there down. Well, with that being said, as always, I will leave the pattern in the description down below. If you like what you see, please make sure to subscribe and turn on your bell notifications. I do try to post every Sunday and continue with the Mystery Make series. If you have any suggestions on other things you'd like to see on the channel, please make sure to leave a comment down below. Like if you would, because that helps the channel out a lot in the algorithm, and then other people can see the series as well. But as always, thank you so much if you made it this far, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.